What's going on YouTube? Earth Power here with CBH.
How's it going, guys?
And we have another This Week in Kaijudo for you. So this week, 4 more KMCs happened. Most notably, the end of the season.
Yeah, it is the end of the season.
So we're gearing up now for a quest for the Gauntlet. And,
Draft, standard, champs, etc.
Yes, it's all happening here in the next month and a half. But
stay tuned to more TWIKs for more preview cards. But for this week, we have some preview cards and some KMCs to go over.
Oh, indeed. Let's start out with the KMC in Connecticut.
A lot of people went, right?
Yeah,
it was like game on, right?
Game on. 52 people.
Joshua Cruz taking first place with the deck he calls Cruise Control.
Cruise Control, Nintendo 64 control.
Yeah, call it what you want at this point. People say Pile. People get upset about that. So Pile, 5-Civ RAM, 5-Civ Control, 5-Civ Dragon Pile, Haven Stupidity, Cruise Control, Nintendo 64. A lot of cards, a lot of Havens, a lot of ramp.
Yeah.
It took first.
It got him there.
Yep.
Beating Corey Gaudreau, our own teammate, in top 4. And, yeah.
And Jessica Posey in second place, actually. Second female contestant to be qualified for the champs after Amy Overacker.
Her third top in one season. So
yeah, and I think she's been using the same deck the entire time, too.
Yep, Water, Fire, Cyberlords.
Yep, and she used a Light Splash for Stormspark against me, but I don't know if she actually used it for...
I'm not positive. The lists haven't been posted yet.
But when they get posted, be sure to check them out on KaijudoChannel.com.
Oh, indeed.
And nowhere else.
Yep. Next KMC. Castleberry, Florida.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Kalima wound up winning.
You don't say.
I need to go look at the names because I cannot remember who they are currently. But Kalima wound up taking. Yes, Kalima wound up taking the whole thing, beating out Firewater Light Dragons. It looked like the Tempo-y version that we were using.
You don't say.
So yeah, that deck making some splashes right before the entire deck gets rotated. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, complain.
Yeah, there you go. So and then
going to Tennessee, because Tennessee surprised everyone with their huge attendance. Apparently the store doesn't even really have a Kaijudo player base, but they attracted a lot of people. What was it, like 51 or something?
It was over 50.
Huge amount, 52 even. But a lot of people we know went.
Shout out to Parker Windsor for top 80.
Yep, after his hiatus.
Yes.
Joshua Heater taking first place with Kalima again.
Yes,
and
the third member of the group of players to go to Seattle this season. So Heater getting his invite. The only player who didn't get it was Fu.
Yeah, so he top forward and lost to Ryan Dirk in the other KMC.
Yep.
However,
shout out to
he's
him.
Going anyway, so everyone's going to be there.
Yeah.
Heater qualified with Kalima. I don't know who got second, actually. There's a lot of people there. I don't know if you thought I knew, but I don't.
No. So. I have no idea who got it. Again, those lists haven't been posted, and threads are buried in the dojo. So if we find out before this video gets put up, the links will be down below, and we'll have some of the names, as well as the names of the players in Castleberry, which you can find out on KaijudoChannel.com. That is the one event that's been posted with deck lists, so definitely go check that out. And then long live the Alfreda Georgia 9.
You don't say.
Yeah, KMC got 9 people. It was really sad.
Yeah, so we had a pretty good season with over double digits in every KMC, but it was bound to stop.
Yeah,
eventually.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy on
to be fair
9 and everything, but shout outs to the players who got it. Michael Perry wound up winning the whole thing. Not quite sure what he was running again. Couldn't find that on the dojo.
I don't want to guess.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. Second place was also something, but again, very few updates. But the most important thing is the events were scheduled far too close together.
Yes.
So there was 5 people who traveled from Tennessee, and then they went to Tennessee the next day. If those people hadn't traveled, that KMC would have gotten 2 people and not even fired. 4 people for sanctioned event. Yeah. So just a hint, don't schedule 2 KMCs that people can travel to on the same weekend.
It wasn't even 2, it was 3, because they had Florida,
Florida
Georgia,
also close.
And Tennessee. I mean, granted, Tennessee was on the second day, but...
So we know Georgia only gets people when people from Tennessee and Florida go there.
Yeah. So it didn't turn out very well. And not quite sure how much it had to do with that one store moving its event from Easter to this weekend, or this past weekend, but, it is what it is, so... Shout outs to those guys. Shout out to everybody who got their invite. We will see you in a month and a half. And also check out Kaijudo.com. Their blog update has the list of the 86 invitees from the season.
Everyone from Christopher W. to Christopher W.
Christopher W.
Whatever, I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah, it's really bad. They don't have last names up there, but definitely go make sure that your name's up there if you got your invite, and we will hopefully see you in Seattle.
Quick note about the attendance. When we say we're disappointed it had 9 people, we're not taking anything away from the winners, some tournaments, just when it's an open tournament, sometimes it's going to get low amount of people. It could easily be a very skilled person or just a guy who got lucky. We don't know, but obviously I've heard his name before, so he's probably a good player. But my point is, we just want them to have bigger events because they're supposed to be challenging. We're supposed to have like a lot more rounds,
and it means more for
yeah.
the game too. Like it obviously shows growth in our game when more people show up, and it's just really disappointing to see that only 9 people can make it out.
And
so.
you know, whether he's skilled or not, a bigger event like a 150 person event with like 7 or 8 rounds is going to be inherently harder because of the mental fatigue. So that's what we're trying to get to, is like a tournament where people are like, all right, this is exciting. There's things to fight. They were fighting here.
But again, like Steve said, taking nothing away from Michael Perry, you won your invite. You definitely deserve it.
You got your invite at 14-person KMC last season.
Exactly, it happens. So, and then you get second at the champs, and there you go. I mean, Michael Perry could just very well take it. Like we're not discounting playability here. Like, not discounting that at all.
Yeah, we're just hoping that events are bigger in the future.
Yes, very much so. So, preview cards occurred.
Yeah, we got them.
Starting to get a lot from Quest for the Gauntlet.
Yeah, especially today on the site. Check it out, Kaijudo.com.
Kaijudo.com.
We're just going to go in order
6 of them.
Of what is relevant on the dojo as we talk. Gloom Hollow Taskmaster. Boom.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Not the worst.
It's a creature.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I think this card is going to thrive mostly in the limited formats because it is only an uncommon, so we're going to see a lot of them in the draft.
Yeah,
so that's pretty much
it comes down.
Self-explanatory. It does what it does.
Yeah.
Next, we got some Dirtle Darkness guys for aggro.
Yeah.
Forsaken Puppet. I thought it said Foreskin Puppet when I was scrolling through the dojo. Just throwing that out there. Really inappropriate, but whatever.
Yeah. Again, not the worst. Constructed playable. Maybe if Evil Toys get some pseudo support. Probably not. It comes in tapped. It's really bad.
I mean, it's like maybe if it becomes a nuts dark aggro deck, but I don't know.
Yeah, but even then, like even in sealed too, it's coming down tapped. You really can't use it for those darkness evos and stuff like that on the turn. Other than that, it's just meh.
All right, so
we got the other
Baleful
two
Gunner.
Yeah,
Baleful Drummer. Excuse me.
They talked about this guy on Kaijudo.com. Definitely go check out their update. They went pretty in depth. Ryan Miller had a whole article where he went in depth with a lot of these evos, and then I believe it was Chris Dupuis who made an article about Baleful drummer, and I'm struggling over words. Baleful drummer and the 4-drop for Slayer. So he went over why those cards are going to see play in like limited and stuff like that. And I mean, he is correct. Baleful drummer, it's pretty.
Check out the combos. Cards.
Yeah,
2 cards right there that you're going to put up.
Yeah, it could work out really well. And then with the Fire Dark guy who got a feature a couple weeks ago.
Put up.
Yeah. We, all of a sudden, like, you can use Baleful Drummer and this guy to do some really cool stuff. Granted, they're both rares, so don't know how much you're going to see both of them, but if you just happen to pack both of them in a row, and then you can just kind of do things.
All right, so we got 3 more cards. We don't need to talk about this one too much.
No, Whirlpool Warden.
There's not much to say about it.
He's a bland blocker.
It's the late pick in the draft that you'll take for a 3/3 blocker, and it's going to not do much in constructed because no one really cares about the blocker that returns.
Yeah, the Evos are so powerful on their own, they really don't need this extra little support.
If Wave Lancer doesn't see play, I doubt this would see play. Just saying.
Exactly.
And this one's cool. Restless Conflagration. Restless Conflagration.
Shoutouts to the art, all you old DM heads. I know you're still hanging around on the channel. Core Crash Lizard. Putting in some work in Kaijudo. 4 for 6. Evo on a fire creature. He's a double breaker. So already, like, pretty good. Like, sort of resembling
Laser Arm
Drakon a little bit. Just with the 1 more mana and having the solid 6,000. But then his effect is incredible.
It's kind of nuts. Your opponent chooses one of their blockers whenever you unleash it, which is when you attack, and then they banish it. Yep. So let's say, that they just played Restless Conflagration, let me drop a Strider, and then all of a sudden, that doesn't do anything, because it's just going to die.
You drop this guy, and if you've got other fire creatures on board, you just set yourself up for, like, even crazier rush plays following up that next turn. So I know we've seen the one fire card promo that came out.
The 6-drop?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like huge.
There's like a Stone Sword and a Dragon.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure, but they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're big, but I mean...
But, if a red deck wins running through Restless Conflagrations, like, we don't have combos anywhere, but this is getting somewhere.
Oh, indeed.
Alright, so last one, and it's shiny and cool.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite preview that's come out recently.
Regent Sasha. It's like the light version of Trox, which has also been previewed.
Yes.
But this one, I don't know exactly how big of Trox is, but this is 12,500 power. Triple Breaker, which is a lot of breakage. Yeah. And evolve on any light creature, obviously, because that's what makes it insane. Unleash until the start of your next turn. This creature can't leave the battle zone. And also... whenever one of your shields be broken, you can discard a creature instead.
Yeah. So, like...
But it can't leave the battle zone!
Yeah.
You have to hope you have Psychic Senator Rusalka.
It just scares the living crap out of you. I mean, this guy's really, really good. And I mean, I know what you're thinking, like turn 7, super late with all these other Evos you've seen coming out, like just some of the really fast ones that are big, but turn 7, like if you've, I mean, you even talked about it, like progressions, like going blocker to mesmerize.
Yeah, I don't think decks are going to be able to
Spiral
stall
Puppet.
until like turn 10 consistently, but I think turn 7 is very realistic, especially when you drop a game-winning card like this, or Trox.
You're dropping that, you just kind of go back on them for the crackback. You don't necessarily have to use the Unleash ability right off the bat, but
if
when you decide to start going in for game, all of a sudden this is just the end-all be-all.
And Terra Pit, nope. Root Trap, nope. Anything that bounces, nope. Just nope.
You can. I mean, you can. Yeah, like you said, Predator it, which is
But then you run the risk of like losing to other evolutions.
Yeah.
Or just evolving on top of it. Things to take into consideration. But it's a cool card.
Yeah, it definitely stops the crackback too. So I mean, if you come in with Regent first.
Yeah, if you have a hand, like if you have a Finbar on board and you just draw it when you attack, and they try to like, all right, well I can't get rid of it. Maybe I should break shields. And you're like, oh wait, if he has any creatures in his hand, they're just not going to get broken.
Nope, not going to happen. So. That's a handful of the previews that we've gotten recently. Definitely go check out the dojo on Facebook for a ton more, as well as Kaijudo's Facebook page and Kaijudo.com with all the blog updates. They've been doing a ton of previews over the past 2 weeks, and this is only a handful of them.
Yep.
So,
check it out.
Yep. Hopefully, we'll be back next week with more preview cards and more installments for some neat ideas that we're thinking about doing here on the channel, as well as some other fun stuff that's going on.
Dual series.
Yeah. And the Duel series. Definitely stay tuned for more of that. We're doing episode 2 very soon. Like I said, I'm going to try to make it like a bi-weekly thing. So stay on the lookout for another one. And I think that'll about do it for us.
That about do it, does it.
Oh, indeed.
In the words of Corey Gaudreau.
Long live. All right. So, long live the Alfredo 9. Rest in peace, Corey Gaudreau. And hopefully, guys, we'll see you for another this week in Kaijudo. Peach.
Oh. Should turn it off, shouldn't I?